Hey guys, how you doing? All right, today we're back. And what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about the metric system, my favorite form of measurement. Why? Well, because as a math person, it makes sense. It is all base 10. If you could multiply or divide by 10, 100, 1000, and so on, you can convert in the metric system. So I thought we'd start today with the metric system and length. So let's go and take a look at a little infographic that I give my students to help them convert between the length and the metric system. We'll start with the largest, kilometers. Then we have meters. Next, we're going to have centimeters. And finally, millimeters. Now, what I have them do after this is color code, draw a few arrows. I'm going to go from kilometers to meters, draw an arrow. Meters to centimeters, draw an arrow. Centimeters to millimeters, draw an arrow. All right, in one color. Then I'm going to take another color, and I'm going to go backwards from millimeters to centimeters, draw an arrow. Centimeters to millimeters, draw an arrow. And meters to kilometers, draw an arrow. Now, the great part is from here, it's all multiplication or division. If you're going from bigger to smaller in the metric system, are you ready for this one? Are you ready? Super duper easy. From kilometers to meters, you multiply by 1000. From meters to centimeters, you multiply by 100. And from centimeters to millimeters, you multiply by, you guessed it, 10. See that pattern right there? 1000, 110. Again, base 10, power of 10. And now if you're going to go backwards from millimeters to centimeters to meters to kilometers, obviously, just like everything else, if I multiply it up there, I'm going to divide down here. So down here, millimeters to centimeters, I'm going to divide by 10. Centimeters to meters, that's right, man, you guessed it. I'm going to divide by 100. And then meters to kilometers, that's right, you got it. It's going to be, I'm going to divide by 1000. Now, you can use this by taking a look at your numbers. If I say, for example, somebody says, I have 25 centimeters, and I want to know 25 centimeters is how many meters? Well, I'm going to take a look up here and say 25 centimeters divided by 100. You have two ways of doing that. You can write it as a fraction. You're going to say 25 centimeters divided by 100. But you can also read that as 25 hundredths. So you can write it as decimal point 25.25 meters. Either way is great. And it works the same. You're going to go the other way. If I've got, I don't know, 5 centimeters, and I want to know how many millimeters that is, well, 5 centimeters, I'm going to look. It says times 10 to get to millimeters. Well, 5 centimeters times 10 is 50 millimeters. And boom, done. That easy. Not so bad. Multiplying and dividing by 10 is one of the simplest ways to do it. Now, another trick, again, if you're talking base 10, there's always the question of, well, eventually, once I understand base 10, what can I do? I can use the hack. I could just move the decimal. And again, if I've got 25 centimeters and I want to convert that to meters, well, I'm going to divide by 100. And knowing my base 10 strategies, I know that dividing by 100 really shifts the place value of my number. So what I'm going to do is I take my decimal point that I know is there, I'm going to draw it in, and I just bounce it back to place values. 1, 2, 1, 2. Put it here. Now I know that it is equal to 25 hundredths just by bouncing it back. When I divide, I'm shifting the place value back. By the number of zeros, by that base 10. And if I multiply, obviously, I'm going to shift the place value in the other direction. But again, that's just a quick tip, quick workaround. What's really important is that you understand this. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful. I'll see y'all again soon. Later.